the festival this year. I'm joined by the two founders of Coast Film Fest, Ben Warner and Enoch Harris. How about a round of applause for these guys?
Yeah, thanks, Matt.
I know. Are we? We're almost there. It's day 5, right? We're like, oh,
Yeah,
so
it's
many,
been a marathon for
so
sure.
many good films. A little too much party. You can probably hear it in our voice, but yeah, it got a little festive with the two brothers from that incredible film last night. Oh, Facing Monsters. Did anyone see Facing Monsters? Yeah, pretty amazing film, right?
Yeah, those guys are absolutely lunatics. You see what they're
Yeah.
doing in those films, and so inspiring, but
Yeah.
actually borderline crazy.
So we take it for granted. You know, we show up every year. There's all these films that have been carefully curated. Maybe you could help everyone understand the process that goes into it. I know it's not easy. I know it's not fast. So maybe take us through how you find the films. How you are you seeking out the filmmakers? Are they seeking you nowadays?
Yeah, first of all, thanks everybody for coming on a Sunday afternoon and spending some time with us together. Um, Finding the films is the fun part, right? It's a long process. We've watched over 400 films this year to get to, I think we're about 50 or 60, 55 films. And some are finding us. You know, we use a platform called Film Freeway that is designed for film festivals that allow particularly small independent filmmakers to post their films and share them with us. And and then the other films we seek out, we spend a lot of time networking, particularly on social media. Instagram is a great tool to be able to communicate directly with the filmmakers and scouring the internet, you know, looking for what films are in process. We follow athletes and filmmakers to kind of figure out timing and when their films are coming out. The National Geographic film this afternoon, you know, that took us about a year to get. It's winning awards right now at film festivals all around the world, and it's a big organization. We're a little new film festival, so there's a lot of like, hey, over here in Laguna, we've got this cool thing, and we really want to show your movie. These films that we just saw, Everyday Wonders, is kind of a random mashup of films, but if you see how the thread was woven between them all, right? So there's empowerment, there's vulnerability, there's quite a bit of female presence, female directors, female athletes, overall inspirational
And
stories.
it was so cool too to see kind of the follow-up. We watched Pusong the other night, and then to see, you know, the influence, you know, what she kind of the after laying the groundwork to see this film here was really cool. I know that you know the Coast Film Fest hit a big milestone this year with its nonprofit status. Maybe Enoch, you can tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, I mean, that's always been our goal, really, with this festival, is to celebrate stories and storytelling and this amazing medium of film and motion picture. So we created a nonprofit this year that's going to be for future filmmakers, really creating a grant and a fund that we can help. These stories are so important, you know, and change to inspire change, that we want to be part of that. We want to support filmmakers that are working on storytelling stories that need to get out there and be told. And we're excited now. We're going to be able to participate and, you know, give grants towards projects that we really feel, you know, confident that have that ability to tell the stories and change lives.
And then there was a really cool component this year was the students. Maybe talk about some of the young filmmakers and stuff that got you excited.
Gosh, so in addition to starting our foundation this year, we've also been working with schools throughout Orange County to learn more about their filmmaking interests and capabilities as organizations, and how important is filmmaking to many of them. You know, the arts have essentially been hurt significantly by budget cuts over the last 20 years here in California. There's a huge budget opportunity for the arts in the state of California starting in January, and so quite a few schools are seeing how youth are into filmmaking, whether it's their phones or their GoPros. So we're getting some really good reception, and so we this year we started a student film program called the Emerging Filmmaker Program, and yesterday we had 12 student films that were 5 minutes or less that were all created around impact. And it was really cool to see the kids here with their parents, and there were some teachers and principals of schools. We had, I don't know, ultimately every kid was able to come up here and talk about their film. And then we awarded some of the better films. We have GoPro as a sponsor, and they've been a great partner with all of this. And so I think the magic is just putting the kids up here with a microphone.
And then it was pretty impressive too how forward a lot of their concepts were. You know,
Yeah,
it was not even, you know, not simplistic by any sense.
Oh, it's amazing. You know, it was really cool. I mean, we are so lucky to have this wealth of like athletes and filmmakers coming to our festival, and to be able to, you know, have them be mentors to the next generation of filmmakers. You know, it was really special. It was definitely a highlight yesterday. You know, like seeing the kids come up here and put together a thought out story and bring it to life and all different. We had animation in there, and there was a bunch of different mediums, but they were all like very thoughtful. Like I was so impressed to see, you know, these middle school kids and high school kids like think through, you know, making a film and creating a story and executing it. So
There's so much talent. And go
to
ahead.
expand on that, you know, I don't know if everybody knows that we have a partnership with the high school, and they started the FLOW program last year. It's basically an acronym for Fire, Land, Ocean, Water, and they've implemented essentially environmental education at each grade. And so, for example, the freshmen will study fire, and it'll be incorporated in every class: math, science. Very cool. And then we bring a speaker in during the week, each day of the week. And so imagine a National Geographic photographer speaking to the senior class about drought, right? And he just did a story for the Smithsonian about the record water levels right now. And the students, you could hear a pin drop.
No, it's we're talking about Pete McBride, famous National Geographic photographer, filmmaker, and I was talking with Pete, and he said it was his favorite part of the, you know, experience. And that brings up another point. You know, Pete is an alumni now. He's been to a couple film fests now here at the Coast Film Fest, and to have a filmmaker, you know, debut here at Coast Film Fest, and then to come back. You know, a second time. It's kind of twice as sweet, right?
yeah, no, it definitely is a highlight of the week, being able to go and talk to the kids, because that's the goal. They're their force multipliers. Their ability to change things in the future, and to be able to bring these incredible speakers out to you. I sit there every time. I get choked up. I usually cry because I'm like, you know, we did this on our watch, but these are the kids, you know, that they have the ability to change the future. And you know, having these speakers come in and talk to the kids is such a highlight of the week.
When we take it for granted, we all are lucky enough to call Laguna home. What about Sunday? The closing night makes it special. It's very, very local theme, right? Maybe you could.
Yeah, we're lucky enough to have so many incredible, talented people that live in Laguna, and that's what today really is. Sunday is our, you know, Legends of Laguna, we call it. And, you know, we got 3 amazing, you know, film, like Queen Maria, which I don't know if you guys know, that's playing at 6 o'clock tonight. Maria was this wonderful student that went to Laguna Beach High, and, you know, it's such a beautiful story that her kids and classmates really embraced her. They made her homecoming queen, and we're kicking off tonight's programming with that movie, Queen Maria.
Isn't she showing up in a fire engine?
The fire department actually is going to bring her and drop her off up front today. And we're creating a green carpet experience for her, not red carpet, because we're all about the outdoors here. So a little green carpet with her at 6 o'clock. And then we roll into Easy Slider, which is Skylar Wilson. She's a female filmmaker here from Laguna, and celebrating this wonderful sport of skimboarding that we have in our town, and we're so proud of. So that'll play right after Queen Maria. And then we roll into the night program with Greg McGilvery, which, you know, we've been that's been the best things about the festival, getting to know Greg and Barbara. What a talented human, and the fact that we get to celebrate 50 years of 5 Summer Stories tonight with Honk playing live like they did 50 years ago. I mean, it's like a pinch yourself kind of moment. Like we're about to roll into that this evening.
I wonder if the neighbors were upset this morning when Honk was doing their sound test at 9 o'clock on a Sunday morning.
It's who cares? Who cares? Well, I know you guys have a lot of details to get to. What time can we do a time check? With territory
So
starting?
territory starts at 3 o'clock and
Okay.
goes at 3 to 5.
No, it's 2 to 4.
Oh,
2 to 4.
sorry.
Yeah,
Time
2 to
change.
4
See?
time change. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it starts in
almost done.
50 minutes. We'll push play on that, and yeah, that's an hour and a half film.
And we have live music this afternoon outside with a couple of local bands.
Party Foul in Great North. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
And ultimately, as you can sense, you know, we're trying to create this cultural experience that reflects Laguna Beach and what most of us really love and enjoy here in Laguna, right? The access to nature that's all around us, the art, the community.
Oh, and there's owls and raptors out there right now too.
Yeah, there is.
Oh,
Did
I
you see
can't
that?
wait to see
Yeah,
that.
really cool owl.
They have, there's, is it the great horned owl?
Yeah, yeah,
And,
yeah. It's
and then what's the one with the wingspan?
I don't know. I'm gonna go out and hang out with
That's a
them.
falcon.
Yeah.
Falcon. Yeah.
Uh,
Oh, okay.
yeah,
It's a hawk. It's a hawk. Sorry. Red-tail hawk. Okay.
Does anybody have any questions while we're here? We don't get to do this very often, so. All right, well, thank you all
Yeah.
for coming, and we'll look forward to seeing you around this afternoon and tonight.
yeah.
Ben Warner, Enoch Harris, everybody.
Thank you,
you guys. Okay.